Yes, we are trying to now proceed with some of the basic understanding of data filtering. Let us proceed further. So what I'm going to do here, and let me get a new cell, and in the cell I just want to do some filtering with respect to, let's imagine, let me do one thing. So I have df, I just make head of uh, three cells. Let's assume here I'm just printing some of the headings here. Let's see that df head name, what we are able to see the headings. Yes, I got the headings here. Mm. In these headings, I just want to do some filtering with respect to the carrier. Let's imagine that I just want to filter with respect to UA. Let's assume. So I can do one thing here. I can apply here. DF is my data frame. So I can simply say a carrier as such. I can say carrier, and I can say df carrier. If you simply say equal to, let's assume, UA, what is going to happen is trying to replace the carrier with respect to UA. That's what happens. Okay, so I just want to avoid that, and I just say double equal. UA, if you print like that, and if you see the results here, and it's showing an error, and the object, it's mentioned the object name carrier is not defined. He previously, the primary problem is that here we need to define a quotation so that you will be able to. And look at here, whenever you request here, you can find something called as true or false. So it means that wherever UA carrier is there, and it's able to print true, otherwise false. Okay, that's what is printed. And make sure that when you request the equality sign, should not use that single equal, and you always use double equal, otherwise it override. And with UA, the carrier with override with UA, and it's not to avoid that, we always use double equal means exactly equal. Now I just want to filter this condition. So what I do here, I'll just simply say mention df one more time, and I'll put the square bracket here. I end the square bracket, and let me print afterwards. You can look at here. Now this help pandas to identify that please try to print this particular thing under df name. You just extract whichever is matching with this particular condition. Okay, so you'll be able to say the filter data here, and this filter data you'll be able to save anywhere you want. And you can actually create a new data frame if you want, like you can say df underscore UA or something like that. You can actually save it if you want. You can save it like now. If you print df underscore UA, and you'll be able to get that particular data. Okay, this is what the basic filtering. There is another way of working here. So what you can do, the same thing. For example, sometime before I just selected this one. Okay, for example, I got this one. So let me do df. I said that carrier. I said CRIR carrier. So I just is equal to UA. Okay, now so I say UA, single or double quotation will work equally well. Let's assume you mentioned CON1. Okay, now so you call it as CON1. Okay, you call it as CON1, and you request. So definitely it will print actually the trues and falses, right? Is it true or not? And if you print it, and you'll be getting and the trues and falses, right? And so here is not trues and falses, rather you are getting the condition. So it's nothing but, sorry, it got replaced. That's the problem here, which I did. Okay, now do you need to make it what? Double equal. Okay, you make it here. You are getting trues and falses here, right? And what do you do? And to just simply print something like, and you have the data frame, and your data frame name is df, and simply say con1 condition 1, and you'll be able to get that condition as well. If you see here, look at here. So this is pretty least confusing one, and you can actually also do the same way. If you're trying to do it, you can, what you can do, you can save it as actually a kind of uh, variable, and then you can connect the variable with respect to your data frame. That way you'll be able to get the results as well. So this condition and already saved this carrier exactly equal to UA as a condition. Then there afterwards I able to connect. And let us proceed with some more conditional formatting or filtering, and let us go with the same thing, right? So for example, I have df and carrier. I'll this time I'll make this uh, one. It'll print if you see here, and it is nothing but not equal, right? Is it? So if you see here, you're getting um, false here, right? Is it? So if you see here, and yeah, so here you are getting the false option here. Yeah, this time we can see here when I requested carrier here not equal to this one, I just got true or false here. Or there is another way in which you can try is nothing but you can request a df here, you can put a square bracket, and you can actually request here. So this way you will be able to get the filter data. Or you can actually create you can remove this one, and you can think of making like con2 or something like that equal. You can make it here, then df of con2 you can make it. Okay, so that is also another way, and this also will help us in terms of getting the same set of result. So yeah, this is one, and now let us proceed with making some other conditions like greater than or something like that. For example, here we have something like arrival delay or departure delay. Let's assume departure delay is called as DP underscore delay. Let me do one thing here. So I have DF and DP and DP underscore delay. And let's assume greater than 120 minutes. That's what I meant. Okay. And let me print it. Then it's giving true or false. So you can do df, and you can put the square here. You can solve it here. So you'll be able to filter it here. All right. That is filtering. Same thing which we can actually also extract using less than or equal to. And you can try with less than, so departure delay less than 120 minutes or something, like you'll be able to extract that as well.